Shalom, shalom. First off, I'm going to start off by giving all praises, all glories, and all honors unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Wakar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the Church of Great Millstone, and shalom to the sincere and hopeful elect. You brothers out there that's prophesying in the true name and in the true doctrine about the times we're in headed to, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. This is your brother Kodash Payah. Alright, we're going to have a church here due to the circumstances. And it's open forum, right? And there's so much, that's going on. As we are a few weeks away from 2022, you have even Elon Musk speaking about these brain with the Neuralinks, the brain implants, and they're gonna start trials in 2022. So that says a lot, on how close we are to what? The hour of temptation, that great hour, right? And say, with that being stated, let's open up to the book of Revelation, the 3rd chapter. And it says, Revelation chapter 3, verse 10, Slack. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. So this is going to come upon the whole earth, right? It's going to come upon, because this is a global thing. It's a snare, because Esau, these elites, right? Like it says in the book of Job chapter 9 verse 24, that the earth is given unto the hands of the wicked. So what, the Lord blessed them with that power on the left hand side, to bring the repercussions unto our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native and Seminole Indians, which are the biblical Israelites, because we went off as a nation. Our people went against the ways of the Lord. So now we got to suffer this captivity that we're in. And this been through generations. With the Greeks, the Romans, Egypt, right? So they blessed these elites, Esau, the Edomites, the Rothschilds, the Bilderbergs, so on and so forth, that's ruling. They're coming down to the wire with the fear tactics and restrictions and with the whole jump shot. And they're coming down with their technology, which is what? That this is that beast system. So because the scriptures say how they were blessed with the sword. And the sword could be a device that could be used to put harm into people or kill. For example, like a modern day sword would be, like a gun or a missile, the Smiths or whatever. But those are snares, those are traps, unto people who don't believe in, and they're going to submit to that, man. But so that's why it's mentioning the hour of temptation. It said, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the face of the earth. So this, it's a global thing. And that's how you know how close we are at the end to the second return of Yahweh Shah, man. Alright? So it says, behold, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. So that's what you want. You want to hold fast unto this word, right? What you believe in. Rehearsing the righteous acts, continuing your ministry, prophesying, rehearsing the holy days, fellowshipping with brothers, charity, right? So on and so forth. Praying, first and foremost, prayer, man, unto the true name. And being guided by the scriptures in the true doctrine. Because you got a lot of people that claim their religion or they believe in God, but they're not prophesying, they're not warning the people about what's going on. So what we doing? We're fighting for the crown, and that crown is for what? Salvation, right? This is the book of second Salakia. I'm gonna get another preset. This is Luke, St. Luke chapter 21 and verse 21, verse 34. It says, matter of fact, I'll start at 25. It says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts. Right, so we have, we're seeing signs, right? We're seeing wonders in the heavens, with the chariots popping up more and more, the blood moons, the eclipses, right? Those are signs. That's the Lord's clock, to let you know what time it is. Perplexity, the seas and the waves roaring, right? And you just had recently, I believe it was Elder Manata Zakba, how there was so many, I think it was like 30 or 40 tornadoes that was like hitting different places. So the Lord is bringing many, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, all these, the earth is at mourning. So the earth is reacting, right? Though these elites have certain devices, technologies of weather modification, nonetheless, who gave it to them, right? Who put them in that seat to be able to do that? Yahweh Shem Shai, who says, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your head, for your redemption draweth nigh. So our redemption draweth nigh, man. Because Yahweh Shah, that's his name. He is the deliverer, because he's going to come back and deliver the remnant of Israel that believe, starting with the men, trickling down to the women and children. So that's what we're waiting for. And that's why we're hasting in the day of the coming of Yahweh Shah, man. The day of the Lord. Right? Because that's when we know that we're about to leave out of captivity. And at the same time, the Lord's going to destroy this place. That's why Yahweh Shah even said that there shall not be left here one stone. Alright? Salakia. Bear with me. So it says, I'm going to jump down to 34. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares. So that's why we got to always watch and pray. And what are we watching for? We're watching for these prophecies. Because in order for the kingdom of heaven to be established on earth, this kingdom has to be destroyed. And look, the kingdom starts with us, man. It's not about where you at or what corner or, because we're not going to stay here no longer. The Lord is about to make his men move around, be as pilgrims upon the earth. So these are things that we're going to have to face, and by faith, we shall be saved, and through our works, because this is our reasonable service. We presenting our bodies as a living sacrifice. It says, For as a snare shall it come upon Salakia. For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Watch ye therefore and pray. Right. So it says, for as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. So that's a trap. You know, they're laying out traps, fear tactics, draconian measures, right? Pushing people to a corner so they have no choice but to submit to the king of Babylon, basically. You know what I'm saying? In the way of their devices and pushing their unjust laws, like it says in the book of Isaiah, the 10th chapter. Salakia. Right? It says, watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. So we want to be able to escape what's coming. Jacob's troubles. You're going to have martial law hit the streets soon. Famine. Famine of the word. Famine of food. You've seen inflation lead into hyperinflation, which will ultimately lead to the crash of the dollar. And that's what they're doing now with these excuses of cyber attacks, you know, because they're trying to have a one world currency, you know. And businesses being shut down because of that. People are getting fines. People are getting fired or resigning from their jobs. You see? So the squeeze is coming upon people, man. Right? But that's why scriptures say, how shall I find faith on the earth? You know? It says, yeah, that's it on that, man. But this is the book of Acts. Let's get this real fast. Salakia, Acts chapter 5 verse 38. It says, and now I say unto you, refrain from these men. You know, so don't get caught up into that, man. Refrain from that. Refrain from these fear tactics. Go pray. Pray to the Lord, because he's the only one that's going to be able to deliver his elect out of what's coming. No weapon, you know, no none of that. The scriptures say our weapons of warfare are not carnal. You know, we got to stay spiritual. By his word is what's going to bring down strongholds through the spirit, like Joshua. When they would, you know, when they brought the word, when they was shouting and blowing the trumpets, they brought the wall of Jericho down through the spirit. You know, they didn't get physical, right? But it says, and let them alone, for if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. So this places don't come to naught. So in Job, it tells you how when they are eating, the Lord is going to rain it upon them. He's going to intervene when they think they're good, when they think they got on their full strength, their pride, they think everything is established, their whole New World Order agenda, you know. But it's not, it's going to be the end. That's their end. Their end is our beginning. It says, but if it be of God, ye cannot overthrow it, lest he apply, ye be found even to fight against Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So, you know, even during the time of the Herodian dynasty, before Yahushua was born, they knew a king was going to be born and lead his people, right? What? They try to kill all the firstborn. You know, that's why they're trying to kill the prophets now, trying to upset prophecy. You know, but you can't do nothing against the truth before it, man. So we got to refrain from that. We got to refrain from this world. You know? You got so much going on, all these riots, the uproars of the people, you know? So it's just, it's a lot. And then you have all the conflict going on with Russia and America, right? Speaking on Ukraine, and us America's allies, and you know, Russia is not trying to hear none of that, man. No, they talking heavy towards one another. You know, about World War III and what we could do, and just flexing their muscles. Because you got a lot of proxy wars. You got a lot of smaller countries that's allies with the bigger superpowers. And this is why the scriptures say, "Let the weak say I am strong." You know, because of what they're showing off their military might. You know, and all these other countries, they're getting tired of America, man. They're getting tired of Babylon the Great. That's why it's gonna be that's why the scriptures say, two woe has passed, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. Because things are speeding up quicker than ever, man. This is the book of First Saint John, chapter 18, verse 36. Yahushua answered, "My kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight, that I should not be delivered to the Jews. But now in my kingdom, Salakia, but now is my kingdom not from hence." So we're fighting, spiritual fight, putting on that armor of God, you know, but we're not getting physical yet. Soon, the Lord's going to put it in us to what? Take the kingdom. You know? That's what we're waiting for, because that's when all hell breaks loose. That's when the Lord is going to bring what? That divine intervention. You know, meaning what? That spiritual intervention. He's going to intervene, you know, with his power. Just like when all our, the forefathers, when they were going through things. For example, when Peter, correct me if I'm wrong, when they was in jail, you know, they was praising the Lord. Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shah, Barakatah, you know, praising the Lord in the Hebrew tongue. And they caused earthquakes. And the Lord got them up out of there. Even when Daniel was in prison, right? When, you know, he was sent unto the lion's den, right? And they purposely starved the lions. You know, and what? The Lord sent the angel to shut the mouths of the lions. So that's part of spiritual intervention. You know, so as we get close to war, man, you know, the Lord is going to protect his men. But by faith, right? So this is Isaiah. Because Esau and these elites, they're about to come down with their military real soon. So we got to pay attention to that. Isaiah chapter 59. Verse 19. It says, "So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him." So when they come in like a flood, you know, the flood also represents people, right? Now, they're going to come in like a flood with their military might. But that's, the Lord is going to lift up a standard to what they, you know, because they could only do but so much unto the men of the Lord, man. Right? Until the Lord comes in and be like, you know what? That's it. Yeah. You know, y'all not going to be doing my prophets no more harm no more, man. You know? That's why the scriptures say, woe to them that go to Egypt for help. Right? Matter of fact, let's get that, because people are going to trust in the military and the government because they see that they're there in the flesh. They look mighty. They you know. But the Lord don't deal with numbers. He deals with the underdog, the least, right? Matter of fact, hold on. Second Maccabees. First Maccabees chapter I think it's 3. Here it is. Then I'm gonna jump back to the other one. In the book, this is the book of First Maccabees chapter 3. I'm gonna start at 19. It says, "For the victory is Salakia. For the victory of the battle standeth not in the multitude of a host." So the Lord don't need to deal with a lot of men to show his power. You know, he deals with the underdogs, the least in number, because that's how he really shows his power, right? Just look at when Elijah went against I believe it was 450 false prophets of Baal, if I'm not mistaken. You know, that's how the Lord shows his power, right? So it says, "For the victory of battle standeth not in a multitude of a host, but strength cometh from heaven. They come against us in much pride and iniquity to destroy us, and our wives and children, and to spoil us. But we fight for our lives and our laws. Wherefore the Lord himself will overthrow them before our face. And as for you, be not afraid of them." So there you go, man. The Lord's going to destroy us. Destroy them in front of us. You know, the scriptures speak about, you know, blessed see that see if his enemy fall, roughly paraphrasing, man. You know? Let me get another one real quick. Even with look at Samson. He destroyed 1,000 Philistines with a jawbone of a donkey. Look at King David, slaughtered tens of thousands. You know, so many different mighty men. That's real power, man. Like the scriptures say, well, when Yahweh Shah was speaking to the disciples about faith, he told them, you know, basically to have faith. Then the people saw him rebuke the winds and the sea. They're like, yo, what type of man is this? That what type of manner of man is he that even the wind and seas obey him? So that shows the power, you know, of the Lord. It says, this is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 7. "The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people. But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondage, out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt." Like if Egypt is synonymous for bondage, and we're still in bondage. We're still in Egypt. You know, spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah, Egypt, Rome, Greece, Babylon, all over again. So he didn't choose us because we was many in number. You know? The scriptures say how we're going to be as a small sanctuary. This is Isaiah chapter 31 verse 1. "Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help." Right? Because when the Lord used Moses, you know, even when Moses, you know, the Lord used him as a vessel to show them all the Lord's power, all these miraculous things. He brought so many plagues and tribulations upon that place before we exited out of there. You know, Exodus, right? Before we left out of bondage, which the Lord is going to do again, pursuing the second Ezra chapter 11 verse 15. And we'll get that, Lord willing. So it says, "Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. So people are going to Egypt for help, these elites, because they don't got no faith in the Lord. They trusting in man. They making Egypt, you know, their strength, right? But that's why they're going to be destroyed right with it. That's why the scriptures always speak about a remnant. So it says, yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity. Now the Egyptians are men and not God, and their horses flesh and not spirit. When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they all shall fall together. There you go. So they gonna scripture speak about hand joining hand. You know, you join hand with the enemy, y'all both gonna fall into a ditch. For thus hath the Lord spoken unto me, like as the lion and the young lion roaring on his prey, when a multitude of shepherds is called forth against him. He will not be afraid of their voice, nor abase himself for the noise of them. So shall the Lord of hosts of armies come down to fight for Mount Zion and for the hill thereof. As verse 5, Isaiah 31:5. As birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it, which is the angels, the chariots, what the world call UFOs. Turn you unto him, from whom the children of Israel have deeply revolted. You know, so there you go, man. You know, because it speaks about Yahushua is going to come with a cloud, with the angels, right, to defend us, man. But you got to have faith, because the chariots is going to destroy this place, you know, and defend the elect, those that believe. Because not everyone's just going to be saved. You know, like the Christians like to promote that, what's that rapture doctrine, you know, so it's not for everybody, right? Isaiah chapter 34 verse 1, come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. So we gotta, you know, people gotta take heed to what's going on, you know, because if not, that, you know, that's the job of a prophet, you know, disciple, an apostleship sent away. We're warning the people, watchmen, right? And these are the things we're watching for, so that way we could warn the people, you know, so they could get right before all hell breaks loose, you know. So it says, because this is the real labor, you know. No matter what, this is the real labor. That's why the scriptures say, labor therefore to enter into that rest. This is not our rest, man. You know, things is going to get worse. You seeing it. How this is not our rest.